So last time I got stuck behind the counter in a Temporium, which was less than ideal, but through chat's help, I was able to escape, and the only thing I did off stream was run all the way back to the Windward Fort and swap out one of my Temtem for a Genki, because it wasn't doing it for me, and I didn't need that many wind types. So first order of business is to just level up the Genki to be comparable with the rest of the team. And I've only just noticed that box. I guess there was nothing in it. Just gonna stick on this floor, try and get some random encounters going. Should probably have the Genki in the right position to actually gain experience. So anyone who isn't aware, Crema released an update on the Kickstarter earlier saying kind of about data about the alpha. So there's apparently about 10 hours of content. So I'm just over halfway through, I believe. Special attack, special defense. So these are the two offensive abilities. So Crystal Dust is going to be carrying me while Genki is at such a low level compared to the rest of the team and the wild Temtem, untamed Temtem. And I suspect for the rest of the alpha. If there are video problems, please let me know. If there are audio problems, again, please let me know. I'll do what I can to fix both. I feel like I should apologize that I stream and record in 720. That's just to limit strain on my system, because I only have it's a fairly decent laptop, but it's still not a dedicated rig, so it's not as good as it could be for streaming. So that's why when I've got enough money, if I ever have enough money to build a PC, it'll be built at least with streaming born in mind. So I should be able to stream at higher qualities. Look at that cute little face. Interesting factoid from the update from Crema earlier. Oh, I read it earlier. I believe it came out earlier. The most evolved Temtem was Swaley. I guess it's because it's quite common. Why did I do that? Should have gone for the high level. It's probably still enough to knock it out. Still falling apart, chat. I've been playing for 5 minutes. So close. So close. extremely dramatic music is extremely dramatic. It's not a terribly harmonious chorus of Temtem calls when my two come out, but there we go. That's what I'm working with. Oddly jarring going from the tense, action-driven music of the encounters, and then the melancholy strings of the Windward Fort. But as I've said before, I do enjoy a game with a lot of atmosphere. And of course the benefit of having permanent dual battles going, even against single opponents, is that both Temtem get the experience. Although I'm hoping that my Genki learns a new move soon, or gets a sudden spike in special attack. Sweet. More stamina. It's always a good sign. Especially with head ram or whatever it's called. I can still not use head ram twice in a row. I love the shading in this engine. Just gonna keep running back and forth, back and forth. This is obviously not the most thrilling viewing, but as I said, I enjoy grinding in games. A few people in the chat said they enjoyed just watching people grind and farm, so hopefully there's an audience for this content. If not, then obviously you don't have to watch it. I appreciate you at least considering it. Especially because I wasn't planning on streaming today due to Christmas holiday stuff, but we came back and I have the time and I enjoy streaming and interacting with chat and stuff. And I'll probably be doing my normal Monday D&D stream as well. And then aiming to pick up my usual streaming schedule again next week properly, so try for Monday, Thursday, Friday again, because that works out quite well for me in terms of my other jobs and housework and stuff. Just realised how terrible my posture was unnecessarily being, considering you can play this game with one hand. Which is really good for accessibility, actually. Yeah. Although I might retreat to the Temporium to heal quickly. And hope that I don't get stuck in it again. Nope, I'm good. I can leave. The game has seen fit to allow me egress. So naturally reaching the end of the, as I am sort of nearing the end of the content available, I've been giving some thought about what to do going forwards. Because I do want to do more variety streaming stuff than focusing entirely on, say, Temtem. And I can't decide whether to do... Or Monday I want to stick with my D&D streams because that helps me get my head in the right frame of mind for my D&D game in the afternoon, the evening. But I was thinking on Thursdays I might play kind of smaller games, and then on Fridays play longer games, things like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. So go back to that, finish that. Maybe Sword Coast Legends, depending on how I feel. Although by that point I'll obviously have to replay the tutorial. And things more like maybe Mass Effect, Dragon Age. As I say, the bigger games. So that if people don't want to watch one kind of game, they can just, wait for the next day. And at some point I might invest in a new mic. This one seems to be doing okay for now, but I know that there are problems with it in terms of quality every now and then, and obviously it picks up on pops and sibilants quite well. Too well. So that might happen at some point in the next few months. Hopefully there'll be a noticeable difference when it does, otherwise it'll be a lot of money wasted for no good reason. But if there is anything that you want to see on stream, please let me know. Whisper on Twitch, post in chat, comment on YouTube, that kind of thing. But I want to at least continue building a community for all kinds of people for as long as I can. Certainly while I'm only doing part-time work. And even when I get a full-time job, I'd probably just move on to one stream a week on a weekend for a few hours to keep that going, because I love doing it. So with all that said, the next game I'm planning on playing, after I exhaust the story content, is probably the park. I know that it's not very long. I know I won't be playing it for a few weeks yet anyway, because of farming and grinding and stuff. But probably the park. It's a short-ish kind of narrative-driven horror experience. I think it functions as kind of a prologue to The Secret World, which is an MMO by Funcom, I believe. It's not free to play, and I can't decide whether to play that or not. I played the beta for that, and I liked it, but I'm not sure how thrilling it would be to watch it be played solo. So that's something I've got to think about. I want to play the park that is intended as a single player game, but I like dark fantasy and urban horror and stuff like that. So speaking of, I have alpha access to a game called Breach as well, and the next alpha test for that is the 4th of January in the evening, my time I assume. But it's the same time as the last alpha test, and I will try to stream that. At the minute it's very bare bones, but it's got potential, so I'm happy that I found out about it so early in the development process. It's like a 4-player sort of RPG based on that was unpleasant. Based on real world myth and legend and stuff. The story's not really there. As I say, it's in the alpha. There's mission dialogue and stuff that hints at a story, but the story isn't actually there yet. But I had fun playing the first alpha that I was involved in. It's not a game to really be played solo. You can. There is bot support, but it definitely plays more and feels as a squad game that would benefit from having comms and things. But hopefully when that comes out, it'll be in a place where I'm happy playing it, presumably solo at that point, and I can justify the expense. Although I think it's probably going to be free to play eventually, with just in-game purchases. The game's based around classes, and so you'd be able to purchase each class, I assume, with either real world or in-game currency. That is adorably angry cute, and as I say, I really hope Genki learns a new move, because that's not really what I was hoping for, I'll be honest. I guess the idea is that you're supposed to use sparks to boost your own special attack, and then I'll check out the animation. Kind of go to town with that, maybe. And I know that let's go and heal up again. I know that the competitive scene is already pretty robust. Obviously the competitive play isn't fully implemented yet, but if you go to the Temtem Fora, there's tiers of Temtem already in terms of competitive viability and things like that. And that's not really my cup of tea, but I get the feeling that it's the kind of game where you should have a decent understanding of that to understand how the moves are designed to work together. Oh, the game let me out again. So, for those curious, I believe this is the highest graphical setting at Ultra. My rig seems to, well, my laptop seems to run it fine, even while obviously streaming and recording for YouTube. So it's probably gonna run fine on anything. My laptop's I think 2 years old or a year old, and I was fortunate that the company I work for bought it for me because they needed specific specs for the job I'm doing. But it's not like top of the line. It does have a graphics card, so it's going to be closer to a desktop in terms of performance, but it's not exactly top of the line, and it handles it well. I did buy Steep in the Steam sale, and it doesn't handle that terribly well at anything other than low graphics quality, so probably won't stream that. Although if it gets to the point where I can't think of anything to play, or I don't fancy playing the games I'm playing at that time, I might just hang out on the slopes and do some like, wingsuiting and stuff. See if I can play with chat. Or do kind of like challenges and things set by chat. The other thing is, of course, once I've got these two up to 25-ish, then I have 4 more Temtem to get to 25-ish. None of which have the same synergy that Crystal's Crystal Dust has with wind types. So I might actually have to battle properly and not be a one-trick pony. But for now, you know, it seems to be going quite swiftly. Genki obviously far lower level than everything to begin with, so there was that, and it's probably going to start slowing down now. But hey-oh. That's what you get for trying to stick with it with a kind of redundant Temtem. I didn't need 2Y, I didn't need that wind type. I didn't need his moveset either, which was not great. More stamina, but the only offensive move it has is so low cost that I don't need the stamina. And I wouldn't need the stamina even if it were doing anything. So I'm going with Crystal Dust for people, you know, just tuning in or might be watching for the first time on YouTube. The game has certain moves have synergy with the type of the ally Temtem, and Crystal Dust gets buffed incredibly to the extent where I don't know if it'll be this way in the final release. It's what the kind of blue cross means. Bring up the details, you can see there's the green outlined box. It gets a significant damage increase and its priority is increased as well, so it's kind of guaranteed to go first. And that combined with the damage output and obviously the level difference, kind of makes Crystal the ideal Temtem in terms of farming experience and stuff, grinding for experience. But obviously I have a whole team of Temtem to level to 25-ish, following chat's advice from the last time I played. So it's going to take a while once I have to get rid of Crystal. Well, once I have to stop using Crystal, I should say. I suppose I could realistically kind of explore the other floors. From what I recall of kind of dialogue from last time, everything happens on the up floors. You know what? Let's try down. Let's see if I can get some experience from Tamers. Oh. Let's see how well this goes. Bel Soto Scout. Hey, who's that one? Bel Soto Scout 2. You! What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Ha! You don't get to ask questions, we do. Stand aside or else. Okay, start again. No, let's finish it. You won't even know what hit you. Let's dance. Oh, let's dance, not Temtem up. We're dancing. No, we're Temtemming up. Calibus Whiplump. Okay, so this is where it's going to go poorly for Genki, but hopefully I can at least get some experience for it. Oh. There's some experience for it. Might get even more chat. That's a nice chunk. Paharak, get ready. Oh, there's an animation now. Great. That's cool. I like it. Let's see if I can replicate that. Because I'm not above running all the way. Interesting. All the way back through the Windward Fort, or back through Windward Fort to the Temporium. After every fight. I should probably swap out Crystal, but at this point, Crystal Dust is so useful. Well, that's not great. That could have gone better. I'll be honest. As long as it survives. I guess Tataru needs the experience. Tataru. Bloodstomp. Tase. Yeah. 189 Pansons. I might fall, but Clan Soto prevails. Wait until the leadership hears about this. Says the same thing. Yep. So I wonder if Clan Soto are the people that all the NPCs thought I was part of, with the very demanding leader. Do like that animation a lot. oddly compelling to watch. For me, at least. Let's watch it again. Yeah. So angry, but it's so cute at the same time. Oh, wait. Okay, that was weird. Back to the Temporium. I can't sing, chat. I apologize. I can't sway my seat to this sick beat though. Alright, lesson learned. Focus on one Temtem at a time. Don't try and assume that crystal dust is going to do it. You, run upstairs and tell her. What the? So. Oh, these are even high level. I guess we'll just focus on that one. See how well it goes. Oh, I mean, okay. Bamboozle? Not the bamboozle. Oh, yes. 3 times clockwise, isn't it? Hurts. Gank? Well, I'll try it. This is just an alpha after all, there will be account wipes. I have nothing to... Interesting. Yeah, it does. Cool. Self-damage. I've earned 110 pantons. Security breach. Send reinforcements. That's the same thing. You know what? Oh, well. Wild battle. I wonder how I failed to use its ability, its move, its technique or whatever. I think they're called techniques. That's weird. I don't think that should have happened. Oop. Punching my headset. Right, so let's try this and see how this works. Yep. That's a bit of self-damage. Interesting. Good to know, of course. Let's just do that. Let's not hurt ourselves. Should crystal dust not work. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I can totally go upstairs, honest. I know how stairs work. And can I leave? The game is so fit to let me leave again. So yeah, anyone, just tuning in, watching for the first time, etc. Last time the game seemed to think that I was in a different part of the map, and there was an invisible wall around the exit, and I could then walk through the counter at the shop part of the Temporium, and then the game realised where I was and wouldn't let me out, so I had to. With chat's help, eventually figured out that the /unstick me command worked. Was for just such occasion, and it teleported me all the way back to my character's house. I just ran all the way back here off stream, as I said, swapped out 2i for Ganky. So that tired old joke that you're going to hear a lot. That's what that is. No one authorized at locals. Who the heck are you and what are you doing here? Explain yourself. Let's bluff. I have new orders from the boss. Huh? Which ones? Status report. Yes, we're guarding the woman we captured earlier on and making sure nobody finds out about. Wait. Where's your uniform? It's a trick! Trick me, will you? Now you'll see what a trick is. Well, actually, that was a trick. It was just, you saw through my cunning disguise, I guess. Oh, I feel so sorry for these poor Temtem. I've just noticed their level. I really should make a concerted effort to memorize the type matchup chart. Yeah. I like the hair. I've just noticed it. Well, clearly I'm going to do the same thing. Now this will be interesting. Does the game treat it as 2 Temtem each? Or will 2 Temtem just be summoned? Interesting. What am I on? 8? This should just work to stop damage being dealt. Give Crystal the rest to get the stamina back for a good old Crystal Dust. No, it's not very effective. Whoops. Crystal Dust should do it though, so. Who cares? I don't. I've earned 225 pansons. Damn you! You'll regret this, intruder! Damn you, you'll regret... Oh yeah. If only I could jump. Ooh, box. To revive. I wonder what I got from that earlier box that didn't say what was in it. Again, I know nothing about... Oh, it's you, Mirror. Finally, some luck. Sophia, what are you doing here? I had been surfing for a while, so I was just relaxing, and then this woman appears with a whole entourage of minions asking weird questions about some hidden treasure. And then, all of a sudden, they ganged up on me, knocked me unconscious and threw me in this dungeon here. I heard her minions call her Lady Lottie. I have no idea who she is, but this is intolerable. She must be somewhere in the upper floors. She has her people searching the whole Windward Fort for that treasure she keeps going on about. She must have the key of this cage. You have to acquire it somehow and get me out of here. And be careful with that Lady Lottie. She knows her Temtem very well. Please don't just stand there, Mirror. Find that Lady Lottie. Get me out of this hole. I'm bored to tears in here. Oh no! I'm back in the Temporium. So I guess... Oh, more up. 2 bomb plus. It's better than a bomb. Ah! Yo! Relax, calm down. Ah! Oof. Okay. Sorry, I've been hiding here in the dark for too long. Are they gone? Who are they? I don't know who they are, and honestly, I don't care. I just want to be left alone. 1 second, I'm admiring this tectonical marvel. The next one, I have to run from those vandals. I'm fighting them. They're either brave or deluded. Or both. That's probably more like it. But, good luck anyway. These people give visitors a bad name. Wait, before you go, would you care for a spot of Temtemming? I could use some distraction while I wait it out. My nerves are frayed. Sure, let's have a friendly fight. Alright, thanks. Poor guy. 1 Temtem. Yep, I expected a higher level. So he's going to rinse me. So that's fun. I'm hoping that being the same type as the move will help offset the lower damage. Oh, of course, crystal's level 22. Well, yeah, I'll offset the lack of the lower damage. That was cool. Ah, of course, this Maisie was one of the starters. If I recall correctly, the name is from Smashing and Chimpanzee, according to the wiki. So Smazzy, I guess. What have we got? 35, 58, yeah, why not? Tase him. Real good. Tased real good. Hello, welcome to the stream. Sweet. 62 Pantheons. That was fun. And now it's back to waiting in the dark. Poor guy. Shh, don't linger around, please, you'll give away my position. I'm not going to linger. I'm going to run all the way back to the Temporium. Because crystal is my crutch. There's a person just walking into a brick wall, into a wall. Ignore that. Again, it's an alpha. Please? Yes, I can leave again. Windward Fort, historical building. Dennis, unstable floors, no material. Curator. Got permission. So. Two silicon fragments. I believe those are items to be sold. Yep. Look at that. It's just a shame that this fortress has fallen into such a state of disrepair. Can you imagine how grand it must have been? What awe and admiration it must have inspired back when it was still in one piece. It's a pity. It is, but little is achieved by lamenting it. One day I hope to restore this magnificent citadel to its former glory. Watch your step, traveller. These stones don't like the weight of your feet. Ah, I see, so I have to go down and around to go up. That's fine, that's fair. This might be one hit for both now. Who knows? Just gonna grab a drink. DC beam. Still not as good as I was hoping it would be. I'll be honest, like chain lightning's fine, but the self damage puts me off of using it, and I can see why, because I can't see why. I guess it's just another layer of strategy. Do I want the big damage burst, or do I want to do a tiny amount of damage? And the problem, of course, being with this matchup is that there's no reason not to use Crystal Dust. Let's get rid of that. You know what? There's no reason not to use Crystal Dust because it's a guaranteed one-hit kill, but then I can't use Chain Lightning because it'll hurt both my Temtem. Okay, that's a decent improvement over DC Beam, but still not really all that much. Crystal at least is getting close to 25-ish. Yeah, I'll keep Genki until it reaches level 20 and then swap something else out. So what I'm hoping will happen is that obviously I'm going to use the Tamers to get the boosted experience and the Pansons and stuff. What I'm hoping will happen is that I can get to the roof, realise I'm on the roof or the upper floor where Lady Lottie is. I turn around before being dragged into a high level Temtem duel. Looks like I should be able to jump it. So that I know to stop then and just do the grinding that I'll need to do at that point. Because I can't imagine this dungeon is big enough that... Wow! My mic picked up my neck pop. Sorry about that. I honestly didn't think it would. Yeah, I don't imagine it's going to be a large enough dungeon that my Temtem will be at 25-ish before the Lady Lottie encounter. The worst case scenario, of course, would be that it's a cutscene that you get dragged into as soon as you step through the doorway, and then the bout happens as a result of the cutscene. Because apparently you lose a lot of money if you pass out. If all your Temtem are knocked out. Also, it's just a pride thing. It's the frightened guy. To ether. Oh, cool. Spooked visitor. Finally! Help arrives. Yes, here I am. And not a minute too late. What are you going to do about those thugs? You should get out of here. I just know the curator tells me it's safe to do so. I don't know this place very well. I could get lost. Actually, I might already be lost. I'll wait for him. He can't just leave us here. Meanwhile, I wish I had something to kill time with. So, you wouldn't have some temp cards. Should have seen it coming. You do appear to have... It's going to be a high level. Do appear to have reached the point in the game where Temtem things aren't avoidable. Like, Temtem matches aren't avoidable. Which is weird. I mean, I'm assuming the ones at the beginning were avoidable and that kind of they weren't scripted to not actually be a fight. That was a bad choice, Duck. And you did. Give me that sweet experience. I need it. So bad. Yeah. 62 Pansons. Cool battle, yeah. Please let me know if you come across the curator. I've come across the curator. You can't get in here without. I wonder if that actually has any bearing on anything. Stairs, how do they work? I mean, I'll go and tell the curator, but I don't actually expect any result from this. Hello, welcome to the stream. For the half hour of it-ish that's left. Yeah. Poor thing. Didn't really stand a chance. Oh no! Dirt. The horror. Run away, the squirrel can throw dirt. Yeah, level 19. So, okay, Icarus is in a wall. Must remember that's there. Please, you have to leave now before they find you. Okay, so the curator does nothing. I might as well just go and heal my Temtem back up to full while I'm here. Yes, this is the right machine. Surprised myself by walking into the wrong machine. I should point out at this point, I guess, that obviously this is a new game, and unlike Pokemon, which is an obvious influence, I haven't played I've played every generation of Pokemon so far, I think. So I know roughly what Pokemon are good. Clearly I don't know which Temtem are good. That's why I was using 2Y for so long. So I don't know if this is a good team or not. So even after all of this grinding of experience, it's entirely possible that I'm going to struggle anyway with the Lady Lottie encounter, which I'm going to term as a boss fight, with particular notice being paid to Saku there at the bottom. I don't know if it's any good or not. Everything else seems okay, but I have reservations about that happy little plant creature. Okay, there was a... yes. One smoke bomb, which is a guaranteed escape from anything. Okay. Random sort of maze. Hi there, you're not from around here, are you? Yes, I'm from Prating Coast. Yeah, it figures, that confident stroll. They say that the Zadarenos are invincible in water, or so goes the legend. Let's see how you handle yourself on land, my friend. Oh, I'm pretty good on land as well. I like your hair though. It's good hair. As I said before, the character creation was pretty in-depth for what it is, and for being in alpha. I really like the peppermint look that I achieved. Can you not do that, please? Please don't do that too much. Oh, not again. Guess who's running all the way back to the Temporium? Of course, it's going to be a hefty chunk of XP for Genki. Yeah. Sparsy. Wow, that's terrifying. Good lord. None of these have... Actually... Oh, you can't look at techniques out of battle. I think Urushiol relies on... toxic type. Anyway, got Saku. Okay, I guess it was just a bit delayed. That's an offensive, yep. It's not particularly effective against either of them. It's going to take 1 point of exertion damage and some damage from the attack, but well, that's less than ideal. I'm a big fan of AoE, so... Sparsy, I did wonder if it was electric. Kind of spark is in its name, almost. So that's a boo-boo. That's a solid mistake there. Yeah. So I probably don't want to send out a water type or a wind type. Yeah, if it's a toxic, it poisons the enemy as well. Might as well keep going with this. Does more damage. Speed down. And, you know, a hefty chunk of damage. Do I have any higher priority moves? I don't. They're all 2. Ground pound. You've earned 224 Pansons. Oh, you're good. Too good. Maybe I should have ambushed you after all. Yeah, you already beat me. Please leave quietly. I'm trying to catch some Temtem here. Okay. Oh, I'm going back to the Temporium. Stairs. How do they? Whoops. Well, I guess any experience is good experience. What are we at? 41? Yeah. The level advantage here should limit my casualties. It's no crystal dust, but it'll do. God, that experience is so small. Ah! Gosh darn it. To the extent where I'm tempted to... Oh, that's Icarus's Temtem. Just glitched out. Or I'm tempted to actually grind off stream with a film on. Just to make it bearable. Because this is a small stream, I do just talk to myself a lot. I can hold conversations with myself, but not for the amount of time it would take to grind up to level 25 and everything. Why did I use Toxic Spores? It does... Oh, it's useless. I'm sorry for doing that. That's the one I wanted. But if I do anything off stream, like just grind for experience, I'll obviously say that that's what I did off stream. Back to the Temporium for more health. Look at the Wily with his little flapping wings. So flapping cute. Not as cute as my turtle though. So I'm curious to see if kind of what happens with larger Temtem, if there are going to be larger Temtem in the game, if you can ride them. I can't remember what they said on the Kickstarter page. Just gonna grab a drink while this plays out. Well, it could have been worse. I mean, at the end of the day, that is a squirrel with really cool purple eyes, but it is still a squirrel versus a crystalline turtle and whatever Ganky is. Randomly encountering Taitaru now. And goodbye. I'm starting to think these stairways don't match up in the strictest sense of the word. Why did I take the long way? Idiot. Ooh, high level. More XP. Just in case it survives the crystal dust attack. Nope, I didn't need to worry. It's such a good move. Unlike that. That is not a good move. Another few battles and swap out Ganky for another of my flying my wind for the Wily, being the only other wind type now. To trigger crystal dust. It'll probably be the next Tamer battle. Before the next Tamer battle, sorry. With the encounter rate I'm getting right now. Not the sand in my eyes. Flames up the side of my face, to quote the great Clue. Oh boy, is that movie terry bad. But it's so good as well. Highly recommend Clue if no one's seen it. It's a film based on the game Cluedo if you're in the UK. In America it's called Clue for whatever reason. Try to make sense to someone. Back to the maze. I say maze, like I can clearly see my way around it, so. There's another box with no no text prompt. This is my spot! Okay, you can have my loot, just old ceramic shard and a few dusty trinkets. Looting the place? Well, it's none of your business, is it? I'm just making hay while the sun shines, or while the darkness holds. Cool. So, no battle there. Cool. Another empty box, unless things are being deposited in my backpack, it's just not. I don't think any of this is new. Oh, I don't think I had that many bombs before. Maybe there's some new stuff there. It's just not telling me for whatever reason. You're not one of them Belsoto climbers, are you with the dojo? What about you? Wrong answer, Temtem up. So you might be from the dojo after all. Okay. Okay. Seems we're allies then. What are you doing here? I'm from the Arisola dojo. I was told Sophia had disappeared here at Windward Fort, so I came to try and find her. Do you have any leads? Being kept downstairs. You found Sophia? We have to find a way to free her. I've been spying on these people. The leader is at the top of the tower. If anyone should have the key to Sophia's cell, that must be that woman they call her ladyship. I'll go get her. You do that, I'll keep the rest of her minions distracted so you can find her alone. Good luck. I feel like I should check to see if that's a reported bug. Cavalry Tamer. Oh, a fellow Tamer. What are you doing here? So, what do you think? Catching Temtem, of course. There are all sorts of creepy legends and rumors about this place, and I love that. It means there are way less tamers than the rest of Den is. Hey, wanna fight? You haven't heard of what's going on, but I don't care. All I want to do is catch some Temtem and watch them fight. Temtem up, yo. And it's soft locked. Again, this is the alpha. There are going to be problems. Oh, I wonder if it's because the game thinks I'm already in a Temtem battle. Bear with me, chat. I'm just gonna do a solid reset there and see what happens when I load the game up. So I'm probably going to be in a Temtem match. Just depends which one. Okay. It's a random place to autosave. What have we got? 4212, 142. And type bonus. Sure, why not? That was less effective than I was hoping it'd be, I'll be honest. Because you should always be honest with chat. Yeah. I mean, obviously I'd appreciate a new move or something, but... Cool. They have text prompts now. Wicked sweet. Ah, Ganky. Let's just take care of that little fella. I do appreciate the red and green rings. So you don't have to memorize the type chart, but I feel sometimes they don't trigger properly. Yeah, you scratch me with that fluffy tail. It's going to be a long journey to level 25. Right, let's see if it triggers properly this time. What about you? There we go. Okay, so it just didn't trigger properly and fixed itself. I will still see if it's on the forum though, so I can report the bug. Don't think either of these. Yeah. Just go with the type of the stab, if stab's in this game. That didn't do much. Oh, a Genki. Let's just be crystal dusting that little adorable fella. See if Urushio does more than Windblade, even though Windblade is the same type as the Lawali. Eyeballing it, it's about the same. Oh joy. Huh. Sure. It's going to take a little bit of exertion damage, but it will prevent the Genki from doing more damage, so overall I'm happy with that. The crystal's probably going to get knocked out by the Tataru because it will survive this turn. Oh, no, the Wally. You fool. Yeah. Give me them Panzons. $290 Panzons. So you might be from the dojo after all. Phew. In your allies then. What are you doing here? The dojo. Yeah. And then back to the Temporium to heal. Icarus, still in that Temtem match. Ah, stairs. Got to stop holding the directional button down. When I enter the context, when I enter the transition on the stairs. Learned. Here they come again. Where are my Temtem cards? I've already done this fight. I've already had this discussion, chat. That's interesting. Well, it's not triggering these again. Gabriel the Grey, sweet Gandalf reference again. And it didn't trigger any of the other encounters, so hopefully it's okay. Just as a heads up, I will be stopping in about 10 minutes. Alright, that's a untamed Temtem. Okay, it doesn't appear to have reset my progress, it just replayed that conversation. Helps if you pick the right move, you idiot. Oh, I need a toxic type so badly. Yep. So it's not been reset, so that's good. Oh. A FOMU. Which I probably should catch at some point. So let's, I guess, try. I don't think I've got one in my Tempedia. Oh dear. Perfect. To be fair, there is an animation. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, the animation is amazing. That was cool. I haven't seen that animation before. It wasn't in the earlier builds of the alpha. Oh, I did it again. In the earlier builds of the alpha, where I caught most of my Temtem. Gotta stop punching my headset. The problem is because I'm only playing with one hand, I've got nothing to do with my other hand. Kind of resting my head on it, and obviously I'm hitting my headset. But I'm a big fan of games that you can play one-handed. Helps with the relaxing side of things. You just kind of you have to be hunched over the keyboard. This way. So I'm assuming that I'd reached the last floor before the boss, Lady Lottie encounter, whatever. And chat advised me to have a full team of 25 of level 25 Temtem. So I'll probably go back to that encounter that soft locked the game because that one up there didn't trigger properly. Scunch. I assume it's scale evolved. I'll try it, but I don't have high hopes. Yeah. It's worth a try. If it survives this, I'll try again, but nothing survives crystal dust. Also, my approach to things like that stupid maze is there was a box down there. It is that I'd much rather evolve it myself than catch an evolved version of a Temtem. You're the one who's been attacking our men. It's the other way around. Don't worry, I can solve that. By attacking me, that doesn't make sense. Oh, if only I had Ganky. Never mind. I will do what I can. We'll go with... working on, limiting the damage output. It's a technique I use in Darkest Dungeon, which I might play again on stream. I tried it once, but I wasn't in the right headspace for it, so I couldn't speak into the void. But in that game, it's generally a good idea to focus on kind of weaker minions first, so that there's just less coming at you. I don't think I've got anything that's... No, I don't. And that's the approach I'm taking here. And because Crystal is level 25, and so does Stamina, if it doesn't gain enough stamina to push it over 11, I might just swap it out. Why did... Interesting. Yep. I think it's that one. And... ordinarily I wouldn't do this, but I'll just keep working on Saku. Please don't crash. There we go. It'll make it go quickly. It's not the optimum play, but hey-ho. Headbutt. I guess Tataru, being the lowest level, needs the most experience. I reckon Tataru can take care of the Saku. God, I wish I had something that wasn't Chain Lightning, but it was stronger than DC Beam. Well, I mean, it did its job, I guess. Oh, so close. We're beaten. Yes, I can see that, you dummy. Run while you can. Squad. Tataru. I need the experience. 2 bombs. Cool. You know what? Let's push it. Let's push our luck. Oh, Feather Tamer. Catching Temtem. Random question marks. Let's fight. Yep, seems to be working fine now, so I'll just check the forum, flora, plural, and report that problem. Unfortunately, Tataru was just caught in the blast. Tataru, sorry. It's poor Tamer. Everything is weak to electric. Yeah, it's all over. It's all over now. In fact, I'm so confident that it's all over, I'm going to split the experience with Saku. Because Genki doesn't need more at the minute, whereas Saku needs more. I want to get everything to level 20-ish, and then keep pushing up to 25. Every little helps. Hey, you good, who would have said? Rock on, fellow Tamer. I missed the box, apparently. So, yeah, I guess we'll leave it like that for now. Please don't be a cutscene. Okay, there's a hole, at least one other floor, for me to tackle. So that's good. That's a good way of you know, getting. I assume you get more experience from from Tamer battles as opposed to untamed encounters. Certainly seem to. So that's at least that I've got some more. Thatcher's got the health. Tamers to get experience from. I'll be honest, that I say that a lot. The screen flash and the strings to signify a random encounter, untamed encounter, whatever, it makes me jump every time. I guess it means Tataru gets all the experience. All 154 of it. Incredible. Such a high number. Perfect. But it's more than 70 odd, so there is that. 41, 50. So Saku's better off doing Sharp Leaf, really. Sorry. Thought I heard something. Then Urushio. I should really swap my team around, my squad around, so that something that needs the experience gets it. Interesting. I wonder if 25 is max level. That might be it. It might not be able to actually gain more experience, but it's still sharing it. I have to get something else to level 25 and check it. So, quick. Hate doing that. Swap the squad around. Oh. There we go. So, God, that 1,000. What? Tataru needs so much less experience than everything else. Stupid. So this is where I'll pick up next time. We will push on into the Windward Fort to try to take on the last few tamers, and then I'll see how close I am to level 25 on my Temtem. If it's an okay distance, and depending on how long I've been streaming, I'll just stream to it. If not, I'll probably do stuff off stream. But for now, this has been Temtem. If you've enjoyed it, please consider dropping a follow. This is going to go up on YouTube channel, the same name as the Twitch channel, Comrade Bubbles, as soon as I can. And of course, if you subscribe to me on YouTube, then you'll get notification of the upload. And I will try and be streaming next Monday with my weekly Dungeons and Dragons prep stream. Probably taking a short break from what I did last time, which was a dungeon design, and talk about incorporating environmental effects into battlefield terrain and things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you next week.